This is Jesse Reagan. A funny thing about this is that back in March of this 2016, me and my wife both put up 0 Success Club points. And at that point, we decided that we needed to do something with our business. We had been coaches since 2013, and we were doing okay, but we weren't really bringing in the new customers, new coaches. So in March, when we both put up 0 Success Club points, we knew we had to do something. We started looking around on how we could connect with people more. And there was a lot of different ways, just like your Facebook personal page, Instagram, Facebook like pages. But we decided at that time that we would rather be able to put a little money behind a post and be able to promote that to actually have people come to us. And in one of the groups I was in, someone mentioned Jesse Reagan. And I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who to find him. But that night, I was actually sitting on the computer and he popped up in my timeline. And the funny thing is, I reached out to him and I said, hey, I heard you do Facebook like page training. I said, how do I get involved in this? And he said, Ken, I'd love to help you, but we started our group last week. You're a week behind. And he's like, I only do it 2 or 3 times a year. And I was like, oh man. And he's like, but if you jump in tonight, you can try to catch up. And we were heading to dinner. I'm like, Jesse, I'm going to dinner. Give me 2 hours. I'm going to talk to my wife about this, and I'll let you know. On the way to dinner, I made Trenny Drive, and I actually joined the Facebook training then, and I haven't stopped since.
I actually remember our conversation. Yeah, and you brought up a lot of great points there. Excuse me, I'm kind of fighting a cold a little bit, but you brought up a lot of great points, and really what it's all about is just finding ways to get more conversations started, right?
That's right.
That's what this isn't about, direct sales. And I want you guys to understand that I'm gonna go through some really good, or what I'd like to think is really good free training here, but it's all applicable. Like I'm not basing any of this on theoretical stuff. I want to give you guys stuff that you can take home and use and take action on. And the ultimate goal of what we really teach, like in Social Team Builder and other places where we're trying to help people, it's all about relationship marketing. It's all about being able to get out there and connect with people, because really this is just human interaction. That's all this is. And when you can do it in a specific way, you can genuinely blow up your business. Now, Ken, I remember he had a really good success story that you posted in the group. And I actually saved the screenshot of it, but would you mind bringing that up, kind of just talk about some of your successes before I get in so people can get an idea of what's possible?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, everybody, I think, pretty much gets into Beachbody or gets introduced to Beachbody through the products. And I had success with the products, so with my own health and fitness journey. And then I started helping people. And throughout the time, we kept having this vision that we were going to grow our business so much that we were going to retire my wife. And as we started going along, just things happened with our company where our company wasn't as stable as it was before. It got bought out. And we decided that pulling her home full-time and me working full-time wasn't going to be the best for our relationship, because there's going to be like this mismatch of one person's always going to work and one person's never going to work. So this past year, I was able to step down to part-time, and now she's at part-time, and we're both able to work part-time because of this, and just, basically what Beachbody has taught us and what has brought us.
Very cool. And I just want you guys to understand the things that we go through in here. Anybody can do this, because the big secret is you just got to be you, and we're going to teach you how to do that. But I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you're 71. If you are being you, there are people on Facebook for you. Your tribe is there. You just got to find them. So we'll go through this. I'll set up the screen share. I don't do a lot of Zoom calls, but let me see if I can figure this out. So you go to, I'm mainly on Hangouts, so I apologize. I go to screen share. There we go. And I will screen share. You guys let me know if you can see my screen. Are we good?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. And then if you guys have questions as we're going through, feel free to just type them in. And then Ken, at the end, just fire them at me.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Again, I apologize. Got a little bit of a cold. Of course, it's from my daughter going to daycare, but that's a whole other story. All All right, so I'm going to go through the 7 deadly mistakes of Facebook marketing. And it's just common mistakes that a lot of people make, that it's little things that you guys can do to get more engagement on your page, reach more people, just connect with more people, because that's what really this is all about. You're not in direct sales, and remember that. So take notes. Obviously, if you have questions, type them in, ask away. I'll do my best to answer all the questions and help you guys as much as I possibly can. So we will begin. So the first big mistake that a lot of people make is not using a like page to grow your business. Now, it sounds common, but I get this question asked all the time. Well, Jesse, should I use a personal page? Should I use a like page? How do I create balance? Where do I come from here? Which one should I start with? And there's really no perfect answer. Ideally, you would want to use your business for your like page and then your personal page for your personal stuff. But it doesn't always work that way. This is real life. So in a real world scenario, oftentimes it's all about balance, just finding that balance. But understand that a like page, and we're going to get into it right here, a like page has a ton of major advantages. If you don't have one and you aren't tapping into what it really can do, you're missing out on a lot. A lot of stuff that's possible. And I'm going to go through it right now. So this is kind of a list within a list here that I'm going to go through. So the first one is there's no ceiling for growth. Now, we all know that the quote unquote friends limit for a personal page is 5,000 people. Well, there's no ceiling. There's no limit to how big you can grow your like page. My wife, she'll be nearing 90,000 likes soon. And these aren't just random likes. They are laser targeted likes. Imagine what it would mean for your business to have 10,000 laser targeted likes. Because I'm telling you, you don't need a lot to start seeing massive returns when you do this right. Number 2, the really awesome thing about like pages, and I'm kind of a numbers guy, but you don't have to be a numbers guy, because they give you all the data. They give you everything. You can look at it, and I'm going to go through it again in another slide, in a future slide on here, but you can look at all your reach, all your engagement, the clicks, what's going on where, so you know exactly what's working and what's not working. They are literally handing it to you, saying, here, this is what your audience wants more of. Personal pages don't have this. They design these like pages, you guys, to create for your business, to drive more business for you. Third one, it gives you a more professional image. If you want to be a professional on here, you need to have a professional page. You need to, actually look like, you have something that you're trying to grow and be bigger, to inspire people. An example is something that I just opened up, and my wife's had it forever, is just page reviews. Getting people to review so they know, hey, this person is legit. He or she actually does help people, and they want to provide value, because that's what it's really all about. When you start providing value with your cold market leads, the word of mouth just snowballs and takes off. Next, you can assign roles. Now, what does that mean? So basically, assign roles means that you can go through and you can you could set things like, hey, my business is growing so fast now. It's growing so fast that I need to outsource this, or I need to have someone help me. I need a virtual assistant, or my cousin or my friend is going to help me do these posts or whatever else. You can assign roles. You can, you could have someone do your advertising. You could have someone do your posts, all that. You can obviously schedule posts, and that's something we recommend doing. For my wife, she'll sit down and do like a week's worth of posts in one sitting. But she puts a ton of thought behind each post, which we'll get into that. We'll get into that here. But just understand that you can, by scheduling posts, it's a huge time saver. But don't use like third-party tools or anything. I can guarantee you, because we have worked with thousands of clients, that if you start using third-party tools, it will actually work against you on the algorithm. So make sure you're not using third-party tools at all as far as scheduling posts go. Just use the Facebook scheduler, which is right on the desktop. Another awesome advantage of having a like page is just specialized posts, which a lot of people don't realize. I just did a post in the social team builder group talking about get messages posts, which is really cool. We actually got, we had one post that did really well for us. And all it is this. You just literally create a post. You can click on there and say, I want to literally have the call to action of being get messages. So what does that mean? Basically, it means if they click on that post, the messenger in desktop or on the phone will just pop right up, and they will directly message you. And you just started off by asking a question, hey, what can I do for you? How can I help you? It's just a great way to get more engagement, get a conversation started. We had one post, and I think we got 7 direct messages from it. So just realize when you start jiving with your audience, when you start connecting with people, when you do posts like that, it's going to create some crazy engagement for you. And really what it's all about, right? For relationship marketing is just conversations. That's what you want to get started, is more conversations. Also, you can create offers and promotable events, which we're going to get into here in a second. And that's what I want to transition to, is probably the biggest advantage to using a like page is the advertising aspects of it, you guys. There's no limit to how much you can test. In Social Team Builder, we heavily talk about you don't do any guessing. You don't guess what's worked. You split test. You find out what works. You kill off the ones that are not, and you scale up the ones that are, and that gives you huge return on investment for your business. And that is just such an amazing aspect of this, that you missed out on. Something that a lot of people don't even understand is dark posts. Most people probably don't really know what dark posts are. And, we had people in the training in this last round thinking dark posts meant that it was like something that they were talking about being vulnerable or a dark part of my past. That's not it at all. A dark post is basically like, imagine your post on someone's timeline, okay? You have your like page and it's on someone's timeline. You can test unlimited different types of posts, and you can send it to any audience you want from your like page, but it won't actually post on your page. It will just test. You can test it on different audiences. You can test it with your fans, whatever you want. But imagine being able to test something in a random audience that's worked for you, finding out, hey, I'm going to try these 5 or 6 different things with a few different images. This one works. Then you post it to your page. Then you scale it up and get big return on investment. So the big takeaway here, you guys, is no more guessing. That's what's awesome about dark posts when you utilize it correctly. It's seriously cool. The other one is the big one, and we're going to get into this a lot in the next round of training, which is the ability. We already talk about how to find your target market. Like I said, every single night, you guys imagine this, every single night in the United States alone, 100 million people log into Facebook every single night. 1 out of every 5 minutes spent on a phone, that includes conversations, texts, all that, is spent on Facebook. So everyone's here. I don't care who you are. Your tribe is there. Now, there's other things that get a little bit deeper, but they're amazing, which I'm going to get into. Custom audiences and lookalike audiences. It literally means they will create audiences for you for people that are already successful on your page, people that are already engaging. Oh, they will literally create another audience that are similar to them for you. I mean, it's mind-blowing, the potential here. So it's something to get super excited about. I want you guys to understand their algorithm and their optimization is just getting so good. It's by far the best place to be. Facebook like pages also are indexed, meaning the search engines pick them up. And they also are friendly on the Facebook search platform. So understand that when people are typing things in, your page is a public page, so it's going to show up. It's going to be more than likely going to show up for certain search terms or keywords that you're using on your page. And the other big thing, which is scary, but it happens, is that you can be shut down if you are running a business directly from your personal page and you're not using a business page. Facebook designs these pages for business. They want what's called a positive user experience for the people on Facebook. They don't want people pitching products. They're not cool with network marketing. It's not a big surprise because there's a lot of scammy, sleazy network marketers out there that are just shoving their products down people's throats. And that's not what this is about. You guys, one thing we heavily teach is you lead with people first. You lead with what's going on with them, what's interesting for them, what's best for them. That's what brings you more business. But ultimately, if you're running a business through your through your personal page, and there have been Beachbody coaches, top coaches that have had their pages shut down, their profiles shut down because they were running a business and just doing too much through a personal page and not enough through a business page. Here's a big tip. Get a professional cover done, you guys. It's super important. If you just slopped a cover together in Canva or PicMonkey and you don't know what you're doing with graphics, you need to get a professional cover done. Here's just a couple examples of some really nice looking covers that were that from people in the social team builder training. You know, it doesn't take much. Go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and get a cover done for like $20. Get somebody who knows what they're doing with graphics. I am absolutely just totally not good with graphics. I don't know what I'm doing. I could never do anything this nice. That's why I hire it out. So if you just put something together and you don't know how to really do graphics, I highly, highly recommend getting a professional to do it for you. All right, second mistake, not dialing in your avatar. Most people don't quite understand from working with thousands of people, most don't understand what dialing in your avatar really means. But I'm telling you, it can make you a lot of money when you do it correctly, okay? Millions and millions of people are waiting to hear from you on Facebook, but your message should only appear to talk to one person. So when you're articulating your post, when you're writing your post, you really need to angle it so that you're only speaking to one person. When you do that correctly, you are going to get more conversations in business than you ever dreamed of. Do not try to be everything for everyone. Don't try to be perfect, but I'll give you some examples here and I'll show you guys what an avatar looks like when you can actually start naming your avatar. Here's an example. This is someone from the training. This is Stacy that someone created. Now you create your avatar, but it's kind of a combination of who you are, who you were, your friends, your family, your coaches, you know, some of your best fans. When you start combining those things, look at things like, what magazines are you reading? What books are you reading? What authors do you like? What TV shows do you watch? What are your favorite sports, hobbies, things like that? When you start combining those things, do you have kids? Are you married? Maybe you're single. Maybe you're a single mom or a single dad. Start putting those things together and form a person. When you form that person, you can start writing those posts for Stacy here. When you can write posts for Stacy, you are absolutely going to blow it up because you will be speaking to your tribe. And it's a combination of finding this and then finding your audience. So it's creating your avatar and then finding that right audience. But when you do, it seriously is something magical. And here's another example I'll quickly go through. This is, again, just creating that person by the things that are going on in your life. Where do you shop? I like this one too because it goes through personal qualities, compassion, encouraging, sensitive. You can start dialing that in. You can start looking at your posts and kind of articulating things in a way to start matching up and getting that person to, remember you and remember what's going on. So next I have mistake number 3, not doing enough video. And you guys are going to hear this happen a lot you're going to hear this get brought up quite a bit. Not doing enough video, especially live video. I know Ken's heard me say it a lot inside of the training, but video has huge advantages over images. Now think about it, you guys. What do you think? Okay, so I'll give you an example. Say for Facebook, their goal is to keep people on Facebook, right? They don't want people to leave. What do you think keeps people on longer? An image of you or a 5-minute video of you? Of course, the video is going to keep people on longer and they're going to reward you for it. That's what the algorithm is there for. People engage with video. Facebook rewards you, so it's an absolute no-brainer for you to do more and more video. And even for live video, just start out small. Just start off doing little, 1-minute videos. It's always scary. You're always going to be nervous. But you know what? The more you do it, the more people are going to start to connect with you. And the one thing that you can, and I can guarantee you anybody in the training will say this as well, but the best thing you can do is just be you. Just embrace who you are. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to come across as perfect because that will absolutely turn people off. Just be you. Embrace everything about who you are. And it will absolutely start to connect with people. And I'll give you a great example. I'm a huge fan of Tony Robbins. I love the guy. I follow him all the time. I have watched a lot of his videos on YouTube. I have read all his books. I've listened to a lot of his CDs. I feel like I know him, right? I feel like I could go up to Tony and give him a big hug because we're friends. We're not. He doesn't know who I am. But that's what you want to achieve. You want your fans to feel like, hey, you know what? I know Ken. Ken's a great guy. I can tell because I've watched 20 of his videos, right? That's the goal there. You want people to start feeling like they know you. When they can start recognizing your voice, when they start knowing your mannerisms, then you know you're starting to connect with them. That's the big point of live video, you know? And when you start doing those things, you're going to really create some type of bond that you won't even realize, because I guarantee you, you've done it with other people. There are people you follow, like Shailene. I bet a lot of you people that follow Shailene here, you feel like you know her, you know? You feel like you really jive with her, you like her or whatever. And I don't care who it is, but there's somebody here on Facebook that you follow that you feel like you know them. Immediately, when you hear 2 words, you know it's them and you know their voice. That's what you want to develop with your audience. The other thing is they offer statistics. And like I said before, custom audiences. Now listen to this, you guys. With a like page, right? When you are doing videos, you don't have to be doing advertising or anything else like that. They actually keep records of people of how long they have watched your videos. So they keep it up to how long, like 10 seconds, 25%, 75%, or 25, 50, 75, 95, and those that have completed. So if let's say you did 10 videos that are 5 minutes each over a few months, you will have a full audience of people that have, you could literally go into your ads manager, into your audience sections, and you could create a custom audience of people that have just watched your videos for 75% and do a special offer just for them. I mean, that's mind-blowing. Now, here's the other thing that's crazy, and I want you to wrap your head around this, okay? You could create not only a custom audience of that, of people that have watched your videos and engaged on your videos, but you could create what's called a lookalike audience. So Facebook will go out and they will find other people, like 2 million other people that are very similar to those that have engaged on your videos. I mean, seriously, do you know imagine what that would mean for your business? Because I'm telling you, it's a game changer when you do it right. There are millions of people waiting to hear from you if you do this correctly and if you absolutely dial it in. And here's an example. This is my wife's page. This one here got 46 or 41,000 views, and it's not even close to her best video. But the reason I'm saying this is that, like, going back to what live video was, you don't have to do a 23-minute video to be successful. But she's talking about digestive issues, the TMI of digestive issues. I mean, she went through some dirty stuff in there. She was just being real. And here's another big tip for you guys. If you want to actually sell things, don't ever bring up directly like, hey, I'm a huge fan of this product. Buy this product because I love this product. Start talking about how it made an impact in your life. Start talking about what the changes that you've made in your life that have made a big difference, and then kind of intertwine that product into it. That's how you sell without selling on Facebook. Just be real. Just have a conversation with someone at a coffee shop. That will make a big difference. Now I'm going to get back to why it's so important to keep doing video. Check this out. Every single round in Social Team Builder that we've had a launch, like Ken said, we only do like a few a year. Every single round, we have had someone have a video go viral. This is Leanne here. You can see she got 10 million views, and it was about 253,000 shares, right? I mean, that's mind-blowing stuff. That's not an advertisement. That's just a viral video. Here's another one. Kate Neal, 20 million views, you guys, 576,000 shares. And this is just from her posting a video. Each time you do a video, it absolutely increases your chance for more exposure. And this is going to keep going up and up and up the more you do this. Here's another example. This is Stephanie Kathman. She has played a huge part in the training. She volunteers a bunch of time just helping people and just being real. She had this video get 3.1 million views, 54,000 shares. I mean, you can imagine what it's done for her business. She's hit Success Club 20 to 40 every single month since. I mean, it has been a huge game changer for her. Now, the cool part is we have some free training coming up here. I'm actually launching it tomorrow from my fan page. And she is, we did a really great interview with her where she went over a bunch of great tips and provided a bunch of value. But just understand, anybody can do this. You don't have to be some expert at anything. You absolutely can take your business to the next level, but it takes consistency in doing things the right way. All right, the fourth mistake, it's not connecting with your audience and asking what they like and want to see more of. Too many people just go through and just post. They just try to get their posts done like it's some job. When the opposite should be in effect, you should absolutely go through and take the time to articulate your post. Take the time to ask questions. Take the time to make your page stand out in a good way. Because here's the big tip, you guys. You need to start looking at your page like you were a fan. What makes your page stand out? Because there's really only one station that people listen to, and it's WIIFM. What's in it for me, right? The attention span on Facebook is like 4 seconds, okay? And if you just make a page and you just try to slop out a bunch of posts and you're not really putting any effort into it and you're not being real, you will get zero return on investment. But if you start being real and you start really embracing who you are and you just take it to the next level and you start figuring out your avatar and dialing in your target markets, you will have an absolute game changer. It's just simple little techniques. Like, one thing that not enough people do is I get people asking me all the time in the training, right? Like, hey, why didn't I get any engagement on my post? Why am I not seeing this? So what we'll do, we'll go to their page and we'll start looking at their page. And I don't see one question on there. I don't see any comparison photos. I don't see any reason to engage on here. Go to your page. Do I have a reason to engage on there? I mean, really ask yourself that question, but even more important, start asking your fans, what do they want to see more of? Like, we'll have people ask us, hey, should I do this cover or this cover? And you know what I say? I don't know, because my opinion usually is wrong. When I give my opinion on images or colors or graphics, I'm almost always wrong about what people will decide. So what I like to do is let the fans decide. When you give them engagement, they start feeling like they're part of your page. They start feeling like they're in your tribe. And that's what you want to develop. You want to start developing that way to jive with your fans. When they start feeling that, then it's something special going on, you guys. So start taking the time and ask yourself, what makes my page stand out? What am I doing that's really special? Am I pouring myself into my page? If you can do that and you start seeing that, you're going to get some changes. I guarantee it. Now, another big mistake is not posting enough and ignoring the data. And I'm going to show you right now, and this is data from a like page. So I'm assuming you have one here. And if you don't, then I'm just going to show you examples of what it looks like from the insights section and what you can do here with that. By looking at your data. Now, I know a lot of people that do have like pages that have never once looked at their data, which is mind-blowing. So first thing is, if you have a new page, I want you to start populating it with really good information about yourself and things that will provide value for your audience. Post 3 to 5 times a day, roughly, and then start looking at your insights. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't do that you can do. Make a swipe file. A swipe file is basically like just take your best posts and put them in a folder or a virtual folder or whatever, and start keeping records of your best posts. Keep records of the ones that have done the best and then reuse them later. Nobody's going to scroll back 3 to 4 months ago and see, what it can post in July, and they're not going to, the new fans aren't going to do that. And the old ones will probably forget what you did in July. So start recycling your best posts. Start knowing what your fans react to. I mean, my wife has some workout videos she did like 2 years ago that absolutely have done the best ever the 3rd time she posted it. So start reusing your posts. It's such an easy way to get more engagement, and you don't have to do any work. You already know it works. Here's something that a lot of people, what I call scarcity mindset, they're afraid to do, but you absolutely need to do this, you guys. Start sharing other viral content on your page. I guarantee you it's going to increase your engagement by sharing viral content, and it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. It's going to increase the engagement on your page. It gives you absolute Facebook algorithm love by doing it. And what you can do is you're going to get comments if it's a great video, if it's something that's, fun, exciting, something that touches the heart or whatever, you're going to get people that will engage on there. When they start engaging, you start replying to them. I better not go to your page and see a bunch of comments and then you just liking them and not replying. You better reply to every single comment. That's where the conversation started. The goal of every one of your posts really should be, how can I get this into a private message? How can I start connecting with people? How can I get them talking to me? When you start doing that and you reply to people and you provide value, It's going to change your game. All you guys are here to get more business. I know that. All you guys want to take this year and you want to make it your best year ever. You want to retire. You want to be a full-time coach. You want to take this business that you're doing now and take it to the next level. And this is how you do it, you guys. You start conversations. So first thing, you have to have an abundance mindset. Realize that sharing other content will take your business to the next level. This is another great example, and I don't, as of right now, you can still do this. They haven't taken it away. Anyone that likes your post, you can invite them. You can invite them to like your page. So a lot of people, so say for example, if I went to Ken's page, I liked one of his posts, and my friends would then see it. There's a high likelihood that my friends would see that post or see it. So then they might like that post too, but they won't like his page. So then Ken could go through and invite all these people to like his page. It's such a low-hanging fruit. It's such an easy thing to do, but most people don't take the time to do it. And I think you can invite up to 150 people a day. It's such a great way, especially early on, to get free organic likes by sharing other, it can be your post. If you have a post that goes viral or just does really well, you can absolutely invite those people to like your page as well. The sixth mistake is gambling with your advertising budget. Now, Ken knows we talk about this a lot too, but, and I'm not going to get too deeply into all this, but I'm going to say one thing. We do not recommend boosting posts on your page. It's gambling with your money. And I'm going to go through it right here. What we recommend using is the Power Editor because there's several reasons for it. Now, I'll tell you why I don't recommend boosting posts. It can work, and people do have success with it, but quite often, a lot of times, here's what happens. You write a post, you think it's fantastic, you think you look great in that image. Man, I look good. I am freaking looking gorgeous here. People are going to love this post. And it's so good written out. I'm going to boost it to everyone, and I'm just going to get so much return. People are going to message me and all that. You are coming at from you have an emotional attachment to that post. You think it's going to do well, and it bombs. I'm guessing most people here have experienced that. That's not how you advertise. So we do not recommend boosting posts. You do not guess. You should never guess with your money. You should have a system in place that gets you return on investment when you apply it correctly. And how do you use a system with Facebook? Facebook gives you a ton of tools, you guys, and one of the most powerful ones is the Power Editor. You need to be using the Power Editor if you are advertising because you can set up, now imagine this, okay? Imagine this. Imagine rather than guessing that, this post is going to do the best, imagine taking 5 or 6 or 7 different images of you with 5 or 6 different sets of ad copy and testing it in a random audience from your page with the Power Editor before you ever post it. And then you find out this set of ad copy and this image totally kicked butt. It absolutely connected with people. Now I'm going to post it on my page, and now I'm going to promote it to my fans. And I'm going to get some big return on investment. That's what's possible here. So you should never be throwing spaghetti against the wall. You shouldn't be pulling the Facebook slot machine hoping that this will work. You split test until your fans or your audiences react to your post, and then you scale up those winners and kill off the ones that aren't good. And here's another big thing, and I can promise you, and Ken, maybe you can agree or disagree here, but I've always found the ones that where I don't think they'll do well, do the best. So it's crazy. I don't know. That's why I'm not good at guessing. But you can't go off your gut feeling on this stuff because what we think and how we react are two completely different things. So humans are crazy creatures. Trust me. All right. So mistake number 7 is not truly providing real value. And if you guys take one thing away from this, I want it to be this. Okay, is that really truly providing value. If you want to stand out, because this is not a secret, there are a lot of other coaches out there, you guys. There are a lot of other pages out there. There's a lot of things for people to follow. But if you give, and then give some more from the bottom of your heart, you will connect with people. If they can genuinely tell that you care about them and that you care about their results, you will get positive results. Make your page stand out in a good way. Like I said, people listen to WIIFM. If you can remember that, if you can understand that they care, all people care about is what's in it for me. But if you really move forward and you truly care about the results that those people get, maybe it's not even with Beachbody. Maybe someone just needs to have a friend to listen to. That will snowball for your business. Now, one thing we really recommend in the training a lot is giveaways and free groups, just things that will cause more engagement, things that will create interaction. Now, especially with free groups, a lot of people think, well, I'll just check in once in a while and post once in a while, and just try to get through this as quick as possible. When actually it's just the opposite. You need to go through that free group and you need to give it 150%. You need to go all in with this thing. And when you wow someone with your free group, they're going to think, holy cow, that free group was amazing. I can't even imagine what the paid one is like. When you do that, you are going to change the game, you guys. That's going to be like a huge epiphany that you're going to find, and you're going to get more messages than you know what to do with. The biggest, most important thing that you have to share, you guys, the most unique thing, it's not Beachbody. Everybody here loves the workouts. Everyone here loves Shakeology, right? They are fantastic products. Beachbody is $1 billion company that does a great job of branding themselves. It's not your job to sell the products or sell the company. It's your job to sell yourself. And your story is what you have to offer. Now, here's a big tip. You need to get yourself interviewed. Now, I know it sounds weird. Like, why would someone want to interview me? Most people think that their own story is boring. But you need to get yourself interviewed because you are going to say things verbally that you would not type out. There's things in our heads that we just don't even know are there sometimes. So by getting yourself interviewed, have a friend do it or have someone you don't even know do it. Even better sometimes, someone you don't know because they're not afraid to ask you the questions. Ask about your past. Ask about what you went through. Why did you become a coach? That's the stuff you need to get into. And here's the crazy thing. So say you did that on YouTube or whatever. You uploaded it to YouTube. You can do it on Zoom or Google Hangouts or whatever. But get the thing recorded, upload it to YouTube, and then get it transcribed right on YouTube with the captions. They'll do it for you. Now, there's a couple of awesome things here. First of all, you're going to have a video with all of your great stuff. And the other thing is you're going to have written posts up the wazoo that you can use on your page. It's such a great way to get more ideas about what to post. Because, again, when you start being real and stop worrying about what people think, you're going to get results. If you genuinely care and want to lead with your heart, you're going to get results. And I mean positive results. So real, relevant, clear, and shareable posts, meaning each one has a meaning. You're putting thought behind it. You're really pouring your heart out. And I'm going to end it with some examples here. Again, this is the live video. You can see here, my wife did a live video, and she has our daughters in it all the time, always acting like a goofball, being loud, crazy. She doesn't care. People message her all the time. Hey, thank you for, just being real on here. Our dogs are barking, being crazy, all that stuff. That's how you do it, you guys. You just got to embrace it. Don't worry about being perfect. I don't think anyone here is perfect, are they, Ken? I know I'm not. And when people connect with you as a person, because that's what it is. Facebook's just like a big party. It's a coffee shop. I mean, look at this. Be real, be raw, be you. Embrace everything about you. And then you will start getting results. Check this out. This is Angel from the training. She's been in the training for over a year. She's got 5 kids. She's been through pregnancy. Hey, she's got a few scars. Big deal. But look at the response she's getting, you guys, by embracing her scars, by embracing this and loving herself. That's what it's like, cathartic. It's so therapeutic when you just are you, right? And that's the game changer right there. That's the big quote unquote secret. You guys got everything right here already for you to blow up your business. Now, I'm going to end it with a couple of examples of people that are in the training and the results they get by just applying the simple techniques that they need to. 100% of my clients came from my like page. Engagement is unreal, and I enjoy keeping my personal page personal. She's at SC24 with 60 conversations going. Here's Nick. His last dark post resulted in 6 SC points and 1 coach. 7,000 new followers, tons of likes and engagement, 3 new coaches signed up. 2 coaches today, this one I love. She got 4 and 5 cent page likes. Imagine what that would be for your business if you could get 4 cent page likes of a targeted audience. This one right here, and then we'll get to questions. Doreen, who is going to be on the free training, or she's going to be part of the webinar. She is awesome, but she went through some tough times. $3 a day now, 5 cents. She had SC23 from her page, 11 new coaches, SC11, the 5 new coaches in September. If she was totally trying to make excuses. Oh, I'm out of shape. I'm too old, this, that. And I'm like, just please don't message me if you're going to send me excuses. I just want to talk about getting you results. And that's what we did for her. She is awesome too. And this is the one big takeaway, another one here from, because other people's examples are much more powerful than me sitting up here preaching. Help other people. By helping other people, she was able to double her income. And it's not just about providing value. It's about providing value to our audience, building relationships, connecting with those who have liked her page, helping new coaches build their freedom for their lives. Never forget, you guys, why you started this in the first place. It's not about the paychecks. It's not about the points. It's about helping others. So before I get into questions, if you guys need anything else too, or if you are interested, I'm launching a free training tomorrow. I can put a link to the page, but it's Social Team Builder if you just search in Facebook. So Ken, let's do some questions before I got to go and put my daughter to bed.
Sounds good. Hey, great information. Everything that you touched on is things that you teach in the training. When I started this training, I had no clue that you would be so involved in the training. I've done other trainings before, paid trainings, and once you got in there, the actual trainer was nowhere to be found, and someone was answering questions just on the comments and stuff, and you're not like that. First off, let me tell you my story when I got started. I didn't explode like those stories you did. Stephanie Kathman started the training when I did. And I am, every day from the day I started training, I was watching your webinars and I was trying things and I was failing miserably. And I'm watching her and she's like, 1 million likes on this post. And oh, we just switched over. Yeah, 1 million likes on this post. And, I just got 200 new followers, and I'm like, I just spent a ton of money, and I just got 3 people like my page. I'm like, this is terrible. So month 1 and 2 didn't go so well for me, but I had to learn a lot of new skills. I had to learn how to do videos. We weren't doing videos. I had to learn how to use iMovie. These are things that Jesse teaches you, but you have to be diligent about coming back and learning and trying new things. So this isn't a easy, let me try this training and it's going to work out. It's you really have to try. And then month 3, 6 Success Club points and 1 coach, which Kim's on the actual call. She's hanging out in an airport somewhere. So that was when it really started getting exciting. And then this past month, we did a free group. We had 215 new people join, brand new people with conversations. I had already scheduled my next post out, trying to generate more interest. It was on December 26th. I had to stop that post because I couldn't handle all the conversations that were going on. I cut that post off because right now we're trying to follow up with 100 different people, and it's just overwhelming. But I just want to ask you, why do you think the people that do give up, why? What do you think they need to do to succeed?
Well, I think a lot of it, people need to realize that it's just like coaching or anything that's worth going for. It's going to take some grind. It's going to take work. But if you have a system in place that you can apply, if I said, Ken, here's how you build your house here, just follow these steps and, maybe hire this or find this or whatever, people can move forward knowing that they can get it done. And I'm hoping that if they see enough success stories of people that have gone through, because here's the thing. The main people that have not succeeded in the training have literally done nothing with it.
Yeah.
But I can give you 1,000 success stories. I have a huge list of success stories from people that have applied the training because when people realize, I think it really truly is therapeutic when people realize I don't have to be Shailene, I don't have to be some genius at, marketing and all that. I just have to be me. And relationship marketing is different than so for example, we do a lot on Amazon, right? We sell products on Amazon or whatever, and it does well, but it's totally different with direct sales. With relationship marketing, all you have to do is be you and just talk to someone. And then if they're interested, they will be. And it's a lot easier than trying to hey, Kate, do you have a cousin that has a cousin that you can talk to or whatever? I love attraction marketing, and that's really what this is.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
attract your tribe by being you and tapping into the Facebook. I mean, Facebook has so many tools. I'm assuming when you went through the training too, it was a big eye opener of all the tools they offer to make it easier.
Oh, definitely. I didn't know about any of the behind the scene tools that Facebook had. So yeah, you taught me all that. How many hours of webinars do you think people have to watch on your training? Like what kind of like when they sign up for this, like how much training are they going to have to do and how much hours of webinars?
That's a good question. You know what's funny is most people, like we brought up Stephanie Kathman. She's never actually completed the training.
That's because she couldn't.
Yeah. So a lot of people, like we get into more advanced stuff, but for the beginner stuff, you could probably get it down within a month.
Okay.
I mean, where if you give me like a half hour a day, you could start understanding everything within, a few weeks to a month, depending on your learning curve. But one thing I like to tell people is this is not like trying to learn Mandarin Chinese. You're not trying to break down, all these different things. It's more like trying to learn how to bake a cake the right way. You just got to get the ingredients together and then use the oven, which is Facebook. But once you understand, I mean, isn't it so much easier for you now, Ken, than when you started?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I actually have to go back through your training. Well, I don't have to, but I want to, because you were just talking about some things that I totally forgot about, because we've been spending so much time just following up with people and building these relationships and getting them started on their journey that I was like, okay, I'm going to not even worry about those things right now. Just like you were saying Stephanie had to do. But yeah, I mean, it's totally different.
You know what that's called, Ken? A network marketer's dream.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, when you have more conversations, you know what to do with, that's what you want. You want people coming to your house, right? And that's the goal. Yeah. So, I mean, anyone can do this, you guys. You have to realize 100 million people log on every night. So, Facebook is not getting any smaller. I mean, this thing is blowing up, and it's a golden age for advertising right now online. This is so much better than imagine trying to do classified ads. I mean, TV, radio, whatever. I mean, we can laser down to the city block. Yep. If you want. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Is there any specific questions people have?
If anybody has any questions, you can type them in or unmute yourself and ask Jesse.
Yeah, I can stay around for about another 5 more minutes till my wife.
So a Facebook like page does cost money to, well, it doesn't have to, but if you're not spending money, you're not going to have any success with it. What do you recommend people that money are they going to have to put up front before they start seeing return on their investment?
Well, that's a great question. So like for advertising, the one nice thing about it is you can actually run a successful ad. Once you get it split, so the split testing, which we teach, as you know, the split testing will be the initial cost. But it doesn't take any more than $1 to $3 per ad till you find that winner. So let's say you split test 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different ones, and it costs you $3 per ad, right? So that's $30. Now, you split test that, you find your winner. Now you could run that ad for as little as $1 per day if you wanted to. Now we run about $5 a day for like page ads, but you could run as much as you want, and you will get results. And keep in mind, we recommend about 10 cents a like as a winner. So that's finding your lowest cost and your targeted audience. Now, I know I saw some people had some questions about how much is the training or whatever. We get into that on the webinar. So first of all, you guys, before you ask about the cost and everything or wonder about it, check out the free training first, because I really want to make sure you guys understand the potential here. But I can guarantee you everyone here can afford this training. Now, here's another thing, Ken. I didn't tell you this yet, but this is the last round of lifetime memberships I'm offering. So for people that are interested or whatever, we are going to launch again on January 17th. This is the last round of lifetime memberships. So if people are interested, this would be the time I would do it, because like Ken is grandfathered into all of our content now from now until how long we run, which this thing is going to get really big this year because I got a lot of people contacting me. So you will be grandfathered in indefinitely.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
On some of the posts you were showing a minute ago, sample posts, it said something about it was so many cents per like or whatever. Isn't that boosting? I thought you said we shouldn't boost posts.
Okay, so that's a good question. Facebook kind of puts everything. It used to be promoted posts back when we were using. I've been using the Power Editor since 2009. It used to be always promoted posts, and then boosting posts was on the front. So basically, what I'm referring to is hitting that big blue button on the front of your page. They do call it boosting posts technically still in some terminology, but what I'm basically saying is if you're going to do any advertising, you should do it within one of their tools that they use for advertisers. So that's the big difference. I'm glad you brought that up because I will clarify that next time. This is actually the same speech or same talk I'm going to do. I'm going to be at the DC event this weekend. And it's the same. This is the same thing right here. So I'll probably bring that up and clarify it. That's why I love questions. It helps me make things. So thank you for asking.
Yeah. And I just want to, I'll tell you how much I spent starting off. In the back of my mind, I said that I was going to pay for your training, which I don't know how much you're charging for your training back then. It was $295. And then I said I was going to spend $200 to $300 a month building this like page. And I don't think I ever got to the $300, but there were a couple months that I was up in the $200 range. But like I said, I wasn't having a lot of success at first, so I was spending a little more money split testing the ads. But now my cost goes way down because the page is growing itself. Basically, people are liking the page without me having to run the ads as much money.
I mean, the bigger you grow, the more targeted you become, the more it kind of becomes a entity upon itself. Yeah. And then the more virality that you will likely get. Like for now, I mean, we still run page like ads because I actually run a lookalike audience. I don't know if you've looked at and got into the lookalike audiences yet. That I did go over about this. But I mean, I'm sure you can see now the potential, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and we're running a lookalike audience. So I created one, you guys, and if there's no other questions, I have to go here after this. But I created a lookalike audience. I first created a custom audience of everyone that is engaged on my wife's page. So everyone that is engaged on there. So that means anyone that's commented. I think it's anyone who reacts to it as well, or anyone that's messaged and all that. So it's engagement on the page. And I then created that. It was something like 19,500 people. I created a lookalike audience of that. So everyone in the United States, it was like 2 million people. I'm now getting like 7 cents a page like from that ad, from that audience. And they are absolutely engaging. Facebook knows more about us than the government knows about us, you guys. You know why? Because we volunteer that information to them. We tell them where we're eating. We tell them what we're doing, where we live. You know, when you use Messenger, you are basically volunteering your life to them. And as an advertiser, it's a dream come true. So there's just so much potential there and so much absolute just mind-blowing ability if you tap into it.
Cool. So one last thing. Okay, someone's asking about professional cover photo.
I'll type it in for him.
Okay. So just give us a timeline of what they should do between now and when your training starts. Like, give us dates.
So it's really actually simple. I'll put a link to my fan page inside of the group here right afterwards. Put it below the video. Just go over there, like the page. I actually have some free training right on there as far as if you want to get on the email list. It's just some free training. I don't email anybody unless I'm launching. But the free training, I'm going to do an event tomorrow. The official free training starts probably this weekend, but I'm going to get the event. I'm going to get people in, and I'm just going to provide a ton of value. I mean, I've lined up like 5 or 6 interviews. I'm going to do a bunch of screen sharing and just give you guys a bunch of value and show you what is possible. But the bottom line is, if you have questions, if you need anything from me, just shoot me a message on the page too. I mean, if you have anything, but it's just a bunch of free training. Then we're going to launch January 17th.
Perfect. January 17th is the next training.
Yep.
And cool. So Zoom cut us off at 50 participants. So we hit that right at 6 o'clock. So there are a lot of people that want to see this call. So I'm going to put up the recording tonight.
Cool.
If anybody has any team members or any team pages that people were wanting to be on this, we did hit our cap, so you might not have, your friends might not have seen this. So I'll get that recording up as soon as possible.
I hope everybody got a lot of great value from it. If you guys need anything or have any questions for me, please feel free to just shoot me a message on my fan page. I'll do whatever I can to help. Otherwise, please check out the free training. You're going to love it. There's no obligations, and I promise you, you will love it. So thank you so much for having me on, Ken.
No problem. Thanks so much for taking time out of your night, Jesse.
Yep, for sure, guys. Take care.
Bye, everyone.